episode is brought to you by Graphic Master Comics. The link is going to be in the description below. Also by Snickers and Chips Ahoy. All right, welcome to another episode of the Vampire Priest. I'm your host for today, Father Antonio Rivera, and today we're going to go over Dragon Ball Super Volume 9. Right now, I'm all caught up. This is as far as I've gotten, even though I did start off in the wrong order. I read the superhero manga first with Cell Max because I liked the movie, and I wanted to read more about it. But we're gonna go into that when we get to it. I'm gonna go in order of all of these volumes. This volume actually has two stories in it. It's the ending of the Tournament of Power and the beginning of the Moro arc. And let me tell you, it's intense, dude. This guy, we finally get to see Goku go full Ultra Instinct, and it's insane. I would say that it's a lot faster and harder in the manga than it is in the anime. He is going hardcore into it, and he is just a beast and a monster. And we could see how Jiren is doing everything he can just to stay in the fight against Goku while he's in Ultra Instinct. And it's unclear. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Ultra Instinct levels him up and powers him, or is it just that he's all of his limbs and his body parts are moving at simultaneously, separately, so that he can weave and dodge spot openings. So I don't know if he's increased or if he's at his Ultra Instinct brings him at his maximum level, which would be blue, Kaioken times 20 blue, and holds him there while he's just flowing like water in terms of combat. But we see the Ultra Instinct knocked out of him by Joe. So he even has his limits, depending on how much power Goku has. Vegeta does a lot to save him. Vegeta actually saves Goku. The one thing I do like about Vegeta in Super is that everything that they've gone through, he, as egotistical and as much of a narcissist that he is, and he understands that Goku is the superior or the better fighter, not by not by a landslide. He's up there, and he knows that he needs to keep him alive, and needs to keep him in. If they have any hope of winning, they need Goku. We do see this also in the anime, and it's Vegeta's turn. He has some time to heal. He's going after Jiren. He's out for. I want to say he's out for blood, but he knows he can't kill. The one thing that I do like about this is that Vegeta actually tells Goku that they need to team up against Jiren. And what's really good is that it's a surprise team up, but not a surprise team up, because when they're training with Whis, as it's revealed in here, Whis was training them to cooperate and to team up together, the importance of teamwork, and that's how you're going to get a lot of these big, powerful beings out of the way. And if they have any chance of winning, they're going to be doing that. So Whis was really in the sly, teaching them how to do that. He wasn't very direct with them. He was just having them team up against him. And so they were able to train as a partnership or as a team. And that really shows when it comes to Jiren, because they went after him hard. Jiren is no joke. When he goes after someone, he goes after them. Jiren is the one who took out Vegeta, and he took him out without mercy. But then we see that this guy's still alive. You forget all about Frieza because all the attention goes straight to Goku and Jiren. Then it's Vegeta and Jiren. Then it's Goku and Vegeta against Jiren. I forgot all about Frieza. To be honest, I saw the anime. I know he was there mentally, but as I'm reading the manga, I forgot all about him until he makes that appearance. And we see the whole sacrifice. It's like, look, hey, take him out. We got to take him out. And Goku does the same thing he did in the Saiyan saga against Raditz, where he's actually holding on to Jiren and letting Vegeta, or not Vegeta, letting Frieza do his perfect attack, saying we got to get him out. And we see that Vegeta. Why am I keep calling him? I'm a Vegeta maniac. Okay, we see Frieza give him that big blow, but then Frieza has to come in to finish him off in a hand to hand by smacking him. So here we see how Frieza eliminates himself. He sacrifices himself to get the big bad Jiren out of the way. You know, and during this whole time, the God of Destruction from Jiren's world, Universe 11, is talking about how Jiren wanted to use the wish to bring his old master back because he wants his master's approval, but he will never get it because his master wanted to teach Jiren the importance of teamwork. And if Jiren would have cooperated with teamwork, Universe 11 would have lived. They would have wiped everybody out. But he was all about solo playing. So everybody's getting eliminated. There's only one player left. That's 17, who's been hiding the whole time. And it's revealed, you know, everybody's like, oh, hey, you lived. And he goes, yeah, I lived. Remember the wish you made, Krillin? It was, you took that self-destruct out of me. I can't blow up. I can't blow myself up. That's gone. You took care of that. And they're like, oh, yeah. So it's like, oh, my God. So those little details do come in, and they play important roles. But they happen so fast, and they're so small in the background that you forget all about it because you're caught up in the moment. You're caught up in the heat of the battle. And he takes him out, and right away, he's like, oh, well, you're the last one. The clock ticks out. You're the only person on the field. And he goes, hey, I want everybody to come back. They're like, what? So, yeah, just bring back all the other universes. And, you know, they're like, hey, are you sure you wanted this boy? He's like, yeah, you know what? I don't know why. I just want everybody back. Let's do that. And, you know, we see this guy coming up, which is a cool design for the dragon. It's scary look. He kind of looks like the queen for Alien in the Alien movies a little bit. That's what he reminds me of. But hey, man, he looks perfectly cool. I like it. Super Shenlong. And I just like the way he looks, the design. If I were to ever get a dragon tattoo, it would be the dragons from the Dragon Ball. I'm talking about Shenron, Ultimate Shenron, Shenlong. What's his name? Pojo is the dragon for what is that called? For the Namekian dragon? I don't remember. I know it starts with the P, but there you go then. And we see everybody's coming back, and they're like, yeah, well, the angels are like, yeah, we'll explain it to you, what happened here. Everybody's coming back. They are going home, and there is something interesting here on their way home, you know, when it comes to Frieza, he comes back to life. And he comes back to life as a reward and a gift from Lord Beerus. So Whis actually takes the halo off, and he comes back to life. And he's like, yeah, you know, this is for doing such a good job and for supporting the team. You get life. And he's like, you do realize I'm going to come back more powerful and evil than before. Like, yeah. And Goku's like, yeah. He's laughing. Goku's laughing. He goes, I just beat you up again. It's like, what is wrong with this guy, man? Drop him down the mountain again and unbrain his damage. Then we have a little influence here about Broly. Just an excerpt. So you do have to watch the Broly movie because I don't think it's going to come out as a manga. They just do the excerpt here for it. And again, they go back into training right away. It just says that some time passes. We don't know how much time. It could be a week. It could be a day. It could be an hour. It could be a year. And then we go straight into the Mara arc. The Maro arc, we got this dude right here, Brohamine, who comes in. He's one of the Galactic Patrols. He comes and steals Boo, and it's not only it's after they abduct Boo, because they end up abducting Goku and Vegeta at the same time as well. That we find out why, and that's because the Lord of Lords, who was in Boo, Majin Buu, is the only one who was able to capture Maro. 10 million years ago, he was able to do it, but it took like half of his power in order to do it. So we see the fight and the battle here, which will be cool. Oh man, when that story arc hits. Unfortunately, according to the Dragon Ball sites, we're not going to get that full story arc hitting us until 2028. That's in 2 years. Again, at the end of this year, they're rebooting Super. So I think they're going through and they're redoing everything. Hopefully they do hand animation like they did with Z and the regular one and GT, because even though those were hand drawn, those were legit looking. Even GT, I'm not a big fan of GT, but they had some great visuals and some great fight scenes. Something about the GT where the head actually looks bigger than what the body should be, which was a reverse of Z, where the body seemed bigger than the head. But maybe my eyes are just playing tricks on me. Bamaro is supposed to be this big bad man Bajamba, and he's there. What I do like is that when we get to see a little bit about this cop guy here, there's something going on with him. He's got a power level nobody can read, nobody can see. Vegeta's onto him because he's doing all kinds of crazy stuff. We do get to see the new planet Namek. But what I do like is that here, Goku's looking for him with his instant transmission, and he's saying that he's not that powerful, but there's something scary about this guy that's just terrifying. If you look at the way Maro looks, he looks like the old representations of the devil in old movies and TV shows and in paintings. So I don't know if he's supposed to be the devil. I mean, you have angels, and they did show in Dragon Ball Z demons when Goku fell off a Snake Way Mount, the Snake Way. Why was I gonna say Snake Way Mountain? Snake Mountain from He-Man. That's why. I'm getting all of my tunes confused, yo. It happens when you get older. Don't worry, it'll happen to you. So yeah, we see him, and he's looking for the Dragon Balls because of this guy. This guy is he escaped from the Frieza army, and he was in prison. And in prison, he was asking, "Hey, if you help me escape, we're gonna find the Namekians, because they have wishing balls." And he's telling them about the whole story about him. Maro hears it, he gets a hold of it, and he frees the guy because they gotta go look for Namek. Once they find out the trajectory, they see that there's nothing out there, and that's when Goku's like, "Wait a minute." Goku and Vegeta are like, "Wait a minute, this is where the Namekians went after we saved them when Frieza blew up the planet, and we're keeping it a secret because we want them to survive. They want to live in peace. We're going to leave them alone." So look how peaceful and beautiful that is. The #1 Dragon Ball. So it really comes down to Goku using instant transmission to take Vegeta to get there before Maro does. What we do learn when we see the flashback of the Lord of Lords, who's absorbed by Majin Buu, and that's why he has the Lord of Lords power in him. And Maro is that Maro is able to get stronger by eating planets. He is a goat version of Galactus, so he's able to destroy a planet, crumble it, take all of its energy, and just eat it like you would a cookie. And what's really cool is that we do get to see Vegeta. Vegeta scores the first hit against Maro, and that's because Maro was about to eat Namekian, and Vegeta frees him. He's like, "Look, I did some terrible things to these people. I'm never gonna see them suffer again." Paraphrasing, He gives Maro the middle finger, tells him to go bleep himself, and all heck ensues. Uh, Vegeta shows himself as really strong and powerful. He does the Super Saiyan and he goes after Maro. Maro says to be faster, even though he's been hungry for 10 million years. But the fight scene there is pretty good. I can't wait to see what it looks like on the small screen. But he is a menace. You know, once Vegeta goes Super Saiyan Blue, it is on. It's on like Donkey Kong, and he's able to score a couple of hits off of him. And he's able to. So Maro does use magic. I'm not sure how much that's different from energy manipulation in terms of the Dragon Ball universe, but they seem to be kind of the same thing because he does use some form of telekinetics, which Frieza's seen doing, as well as Piccolo. Then we get to see Maro in his true form, and look at how skeletal he looks. How he looks very unimpressive. If I would have seen, I mean, aside from the goat head, someone like that, I would think that they were, elderly, sick, and infirm. But yeah, so now we got the Galactic Patrol trying to come to the new planet Namek, find out what's going on, and try to capture these guys. Vegeta and Goku started a fight that I don't think it's gonna work out in their best interest because there's about a few volumes. I have all of the volumes so far, and volume 24 is supposed to be coming out in a couple months. I can't wait for it. Where they have the Galactic Patrol part. So I think they have like about another 6 or 7 volumes where they're actually going against Maro, which is surprising because it's usually about 2 volumes each for each story arc. The Tournament of Power, the Future Trunks. So we're going to see. I'm excited to see it. I'm going to start volume 10 tonight. Again, like, watch, discuss, share. Let me know who's your favorite Dragon Ball character. Please don't spoil the rest of this for me. I want to catch up with this as time permits. And yeah, have a good blessed day. Let me know what you think, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.